Hey, I'm Harrison Klein. I've been around for many, many years in the spiritual growth processes. When I was in my 20s, this is just an introduction video. When I was in my 20s, I had a mystical experience that absolutely changed my life on a dime. It was a spontaneous healing. I was really in a very dramatic experience that kind of yanked my consciousness out of my body and sent me spinning in a tube of white light at a velocity faster than the speed of light through the universe. And I was having colors come at me, patterns come at me. I was watching planets birth and die. I was watching galaxies spin. And in the background, I had choirs of angels. So when I was deposited back inside of my body, the hellish experiences of my youth, basically from the time I was 4 till the time I was 28, were absolutely gone, and I had totally reorganized my brain, reorganized my mind. It was the end of, after I came back from that experience, I was no longer confused about anything. I had no distractions because my focus was steady and clear and in the moment and singular. And after that, my disorganization, I started stripping away all the non-essentials that I'd been carrying for all those 25 years or 28 years of my life before that happened. And so what I've done, ever since that time is teach people how to focus correctly, teach people how to get into better business practices, teach people how to, utilize the faculties of their mind in the most effective, efficient manners, and, to feel really, really good, to be, grateful, and to make myself and make the things that we do basically, absolutely essential right now, especially during this COVID time. We want to make sure that, the things that we teach and the things that we help people with have dramatic relevance. And so, now more than ever, what I do has great importance for people's success, especially when, this hunkered down portion of our lives is kind of controlling our ability to feel free in a lot of different ways. But the introspection is good. So what I do is I teach quantum physics in a way that simplifies our ability to understand how things work. And when you understand how things work, that's your first way of making your way in the world. We talk about how to deal with time, because time is very different than the way most people believe it is. Most people think it's successive moments on a clock that move only forward. Time moves in all different directions, and it has nothing to do with anything that is about successive moments. It really is very connected and tied to sensations within your body and sensations of your thought, impulses of your thought. As you begin to understand that, you begin to understand, a number of things about the way the mind works, about the images and the thoughts of your mind and what they mean and what they do, and you start to become very deliberate. You start to deal with things that strip away non-essentials. You become on the path of mastery, to your own self-mastery. You learn to focus, to concentrate, to give attention and stay in the state of attention. You learn to meditate, you learn to contemplate, and you learn to transcend. So those are the things I teach people. It's really, really important right now, because as we go through this period of hunkering down and isolation and things like that, we're apt to lose part of our social consciousness, and we retreat into, if you're not comfortable with yourself and you haven't transcended anything, you may feel lonely, you may feel depressed, you may feel angry, you may feel, difficulty. So part of what I do is I teach people how to soothe those emotions in the most profound ways, and then how to apply the negatives into something that becomes transmuted and transformative into something that becomes much, much greater. So, the important thing that we do is to teach this system that I call Renovatio, or it's a cognitive alignment series of protocols that help us move, not only through the steps of our growth, but through the emotions of our growth in the most profound way. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be teaching here at the Self Mastery University, and I'm going to also make inroads into helping everybody change their worlds, and then together we can also change the world. I'm about all the genius experiences that have been around for 4,000 years, and how to grow consciousness, and how to make a difference in the world, and that process is very clean and very efficient, and at the same time gives you terrific opportunity to become playful and effortless in the things that you want to do. So I'm about play, I'm about effort, I'm about having fun, I'm about doing all those things and at the same time accomplishing whatever it is you want to do. That's what I teach. I teach the Einstein method, I teach the I Am method, I teach the superhero method, I teach the hero's journey. So I hope we'll get a chance to know each other much better as we go. So I look forward to that opportunity, to meeting you directly, to having fun with you directly, and to contributing whatever I can into your well-being. So a steady state of well-being is where it's at. I will tell you this, in the last 42 years, I rarely have had a bad day, and when I do, it's so short that the period of shrinking the irritations and annoyances have become so recalibrated that I can't even be out of that state of mind for even a short amount of time. My body recalibrates into a state of steady well-being. That's what it's all about, because that's where all the power is, that's where all the money is, that's where all the joy is, that's where all the relationships are. And I will see you on the other side.